Hey guys, this is Dinosaur Drawer on how to draw the stygimoloch from Jurassic. Well, it's kind of Jurassic Park stylish. So what we wanna do now, I'm sorry, is get all the detail in and all the shadow and stuff. So right now, what he needs is a lot of. Well, first he needs a lot of those kind of scales and spikes and stuff, and they get really big over here actually. Something like this, and then a few spikes over there. And we want to have a lot of those kind of rounded scales over there. We want a little bit of shadow to be over here. Maybe also a little bit shadow over here. Alright, this should be about alright, about okay. I mean, now we could add a lot of wrinkles over here. And you can try to do this with a normal pencil. It just needs to be very dark, and it will be a lot harder to do this with a normal pencil because well, it's harder to apply the right pressure with the normal pencil. Alright, and some shadowy parts over here as well. And I do notice that there's not a lot of room over here, so it might be because I indeed made his head a little bit too large, but if I do it right, it should look alright. So my pen keeps dropping ink droplets here and there, and it's really annoying actually. It just keeps doing it. So try and keep those lines really close to each other. And darken in this a little. Right. A lot of wrinkles over here as well. And we're just gonna use the same kind of design for the shoulder. Something like that. Maybe we should just first focus on the head a little more, so the head gets to the right tone. A lot of lines, wrinkles and stuff over here surrounding the eye. Make sure you don't touch the eye though. You need to be very careful of the eye. A lot of skills over here. nose. Just put in a few of those lines. And again, you could do this with just a normal pencil, but it will be a lot harder to apply the right pressures and stuff. I actually find it easier to draw with a ball-pointed pen. But that's my opinion. You might find it easier to draw with a normal pencil. That's all your own opinion. Putting some shadow between those between the spikes. Alright. Now we should just put in the detail on the rest of his body. So you could put a few scales over here, but I want there to be a line over here, also a bit of shadow. That should be okay for now. There need to be a muscle line over here and one over there. I also want there to be a little bit of wrinkles over here, everywhere. And this part should be a little darker because of the shadow. And put in just a few scales and stuff. This part is also supposed to be pretty dark as well. So I want to make a line over here. And then some lines over here. That's what I usually do with the Jurassic Park kind of design. And this line is going to be like this. And then a lot of wrinkles over here. Should be a line over here as well. Going all the way to the tip of the tail. And maybe one over here as well. We could draw a few scales on top over here, and then just create a line again for the huge back muscle. There is supposed to be a very big muscle over there, and we could just draw in those wrinkles again. And where you have like these huge white areas, you could just put in some scale over there. and it's not supposed to be perfect, but it's supposed to get close to the other drawing that I made. And again, I don't have that much time that like what I had when I was drawing the other drawing, but we can try to get it as close as we can. And maybe create some lines in between those lines. Just a little bit of detail added. Alright, and we should create some wrinkles over here. Pretty predictable pattern. Like this. And then just go over the lines that you want to keep, and don't go over the lines that you don't want to, that you kind of misplaced or anything. That way, only the best lines, the right lines that you wanna, what's it called? That you want them to point out. That's the right word. Those lines will be better visible that way. And now I just want to create something like this. And create the skills on top of it. Just a few at first, and later on you can add more. You want there to be a lot of shadow over here. And also you could make this line go like this, and make sure that there are a lot of kind of wrinkles with a strange pattern. And now we could add some detail to his belly. And some lines to add, like veins and stuff into it. Then just tone this in, get it to the right tone, and darken in this part, the underside, a lot. And again, this should be very dark actually. This elbow over here should be a little bit more detail put into it. We don't want to make this hand too dark, otherwise it will lose it will kind of lose his shape. It's not very clearly visible to see the shape of his hand anymore when you put in too much tone into that, because it's just so small, you know. Alright, and now we can try to get a little bit farther into the drawing, to this part of the drawing. Just put in some random scales and random circles and stuff, like what I'm doing right now. And this is the hard part for pencil users, because those kind of lines are hard to get with a pencil doing it this quick. So when you're using a pencil, you just need to take more time, I guess. Alright, so now we want to put in the muscle of his leg. Muscle goes like this. Another one over here, something like this, I guess. And then there's a muscle over here. It goes like this. And then it goes like this. And like that. It's not, these are just the shadow lines. There's another one over here. And another one over here. What you want to do now is just do lines like this. And start the curve over here and then do this. Because when you do that, the shadow, the darkest part, stays at the line that you just drew. Kind of do the same over here until you're at about this part, because here you want to draw in his knee, and his knee goes like this, just a lot of wrinkles. That's what his knee actually is, a lot of wrinkles. Something like that. Alright. And this all connects pretty well. Do the same over here, but make the lines a little bit shorter, because there's not, the shadow over here will not be as dark as over here, because the sun is coming from this side, sorry. Now you just want to draw in those lines, those curved lines. And there are lines going like this. And then we have to make this knee a little bit darker, because otherwise it won't point out that clearly anymore. Then we come to the part where we can just put in these wrinkles that we just drew and make it look like they almost go all the way to over here. And just get them smaller and smaller and smaller once you approach the middle of the tail, almost at half the tail. Well, not quite, but a little bit, a little way into the tail. Alright, there's also a line over here. And we can just draw in this line first. And once you change the angle of your lines, you get a lot more shadow. And right now it just looks really really bad because there's a lot of lines and stuff. But when you put in, when you connect these lines with the remaining other lines, you get something like this. There's a bit of shadow over here, also a little bit over there. Wrinkles over here. And now we could put in the scales. And the best way to do the scales is just first draw the place where the scales are going to be, and then draw in something like this and leave a part of the scale white, so you get like a distance between those scales, and it will make for a little bit of a better look. Shadow over there. Alright, that's a shame because my pen did it again. I really need a new pen. I'm almost afraid to use it right now. Because if it does that at a very light section of the drawing might be ruined completely. Alright, make this part a little darker. And get some detail into this part as well. Just put in some dark scales at the bottom of the tail, and then lighter scales when you get onto this white part, and then create this part very dark again as well. And you could just put these wrinkles everywhere, so just create something like this. And then just put the scales on top again. And don't create too dark scales on top. Just very lightly put them in. And you could make this part a little bit darker as well. Just a tiny little bit darker. Some dark scales over here. And then just do something like this. Exact same what you did with the bottom part, but now make it come from above. Alright, now we could add some shadow over here because there isn't a lot of shadow over there. as well as over here. Maybe some darker scales here and there, like what we do with all our Jurassic Park style dinosaur drawings. I really love to put in those kind of scales because they really add detail to the whole drawing. A few over here. Maybe a few over here as well, like what I usually do. Might put a few over there. And right now I'm putting in some really dark parts. Alright, a few over here. A few over here maybe. On his shoulder. A few going from his fingers to over there. Alright, we're almost done. We still need to do his beak and the spikes. And his dome, of course. The dome just has a lot of lines going through it. And some detail in his spikes as well. And actually I did this part wrong accidentally right now, because I said that the sun was over here and the shadow on the spikes is on this side, so I hope no one notices that. And also over here on the small ones, even on the tiny ones, because that will make for the greater detail. Alright, a little bit of shadow on his toes, on his nails I mean. Alright, I skipped to the part where I already put the shadow in, and now I have to put my autograph and the name of the dinosaur. Alright, so I I believe this turned out to be quite a good drawing, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you actually learned something from the video. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, comment below what you think about the video, and yeah, goodbye, see you in the next video.